The library. This is a list of all files in the library. And if we look at it, it's just pretty much a hodgepodge of all the files. Now, when you get to intermediate training, we'll show you how to organize them based on folders that you set up. But for basic information, we're just going to talk about the library. So in the admin dropdown, I'm going to the file library, and a file library is for any type of document that you upload into the website. So I'm just going to go to files because that's the example I'm working with right now. You can have as many folders as you need. So you see we've created different ones based on what we're testing or trying to demonstrate. You can create a new folder, put the folder name. You can rename a folder and just put the name and change it. There's a drop down. And then you can also delete a folder. There's nothing here that I can delete. If you look below, every folder has a number behind it. So there's content in all of these folders. So let me just, for the fun of it, go to Halloween, and I see I have 2 items here. I'm just going to get rid of them. So I can click and delete those files. I could actually move them if I wanted to another location, but I'm just going to delete them. Am I sure? I'm positive. So now there are no files in the Halloween folder. And if I wanted to delete a folder, Halloween pops up because there's nothing in it. So don't worry, you can't delete a folder of information. If it's in that folder, the system will tell you you can't do it. It won't allow you to. But I'm just going to delete that, and we got rid of that folder. So I'm going to go back to the files, discuss that. How do we get files into the folders? So you have to have something on your computer that you're going to upload. And you could either go to a single file if you only had one, or you could go to a multi-file upload. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to select the folder, and it's again files. So that's going to the files. I can set the security access. Again, don't have anything earth-shattering in here. Anyone can look at that. There's nothing that's private. And now I'm going to go and select some files that I had selected yesterday or so to put into the website. So it's really nice. You could just drop them in here. So I'm just going to take probably the last 2 and drag them over and pop them in there. And then remember to hit the process key. I forgot to do that this morning, and then I couldn't find my files. So, oh, it's already there. So I'm going to remove that from the upload. And let me just see if there's something else. I'll pick, let's do, spaghetti squash. Let's do the spaghetti squash. I'll bring that over. And I'll process. I've already got that in there. Okay, we're going to stick with one folder, some volunteer opportunities. So this check mark indicates that it was uploaded. I'm going to click here to go back to my file library. Again, there's lots of different ways you can get there. This is the easiest. Just click the file library, and now you can see that I've added volunteer opportunities. All of the files that we upload are PDF files. And the reason for that is because a PDF will open regardless of how up-to-date someone's applications are on their website. And the best example I can give is I send out an email to my neighbors with a spreadsheet of a directory for our neighborhood so they can print the 2 or 3 pages and have everything. And occasionally I would send an Excel sheet and I would get information and email back and say, well, I don't know what's wrong. Something's not working. It's broken. And as it turns out, my husband's pretty computer savvy, so we have the most up-to-date stuff that he can work with and play with. But somebody else that may not be their thing, and whatever they have on their system is adequate, might be 5 years old. And it's not the same version of the Excel application that I was using. And that's why they couldn't open it. Nothing wrong with it. It works for everything on their computer. But when I send them something that's from a different version, it won't open. That's why we use a PDF, because the PDF will open regardless of what Excel version someone is using. This is the library for all your files. So I'm getting a little crowded up here. So I'm going to go back into my home, get rid of this one. And if we go to the library and list all of the files, we'll see that volunteer opportunities. Now, it looks kind of crowded in there. And what happens is this system, for some reason, converts everything to all caps, takes out the spaces. I could go into this file and I could actually change that and make it look nicer than it is here. So let me show you how I would do that. I'm going to go to the file library, going to files, and I'm going to look for, this is so I can edit, volunteer opportunities. So this page is always the recap, as I said, for whatever you're doing. If you're putting a calendar event on, this general tab reconfirms everything that you've done. All you need to do is put the file title and correct it, volunteer opportunities 2017. And then always remember to come back up here and save. So it's not going to change how it looks here. Go back up, close this. But if I go into my library list, it suddenly is a little bit nicer looking.